Three, two, one, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with Jermaine on the phone and us kind of learning that his father was not an anchor that held him up, he just dragged him down. And what closes with somebody feeling like somebody else might be an anchor that's dragging people down. You guessed, your husband is cheating on us. House of Drama, episode 5, or maybe you read it on the thumbnail or the title. You're correct. Yay! Thank you so much for clicking on the video or jumping on the live and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. I'm Angela, and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and all of those other good things that you do that are wonderful, that I appreciate you so much for. Ooh. I was just going to say, okay, hold on 1 second. We gonna jump right to this recap. I gotta get my light back up. We gonna jump right into this recap. Up. Dang, I had a system. Okay, hold on. I should have never. Oh. Okay, so we got Jermaine on the phone with his parents. He's telling them about Diva D. He really does not like Deatra. He don't like her. He feel like she's just, he does not like her. And I don't dislike her. I can imagine it would be difficult to work with her and to live with her. But watching from the outside looking in, I don't think she's evil. I think she's just dramatic. She's theatrical. She's a theater person. And we can be a lot sometimes. But anyway, he on the phone with his parents. He telling them about her. They trying to tell him, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to say, you know, you got to talk to the person. You got to make it work. And he's like, you know, there will be no peace as long as she's here. I can't connect with the devil and all, you know, he kind of intense with it. And then his dad tells him to sing, you know, repent, repent, repent. Thanks for the light to Deatra. Just sing it. Tell her to repent. He lets us know that his dad basically only talks to him about singing. Now, he doesn't say this, but then he basically goes on to say that his dad also likes to talk to him about money, like as in, son, give me some money. He said that once his dad realized that he could sing and that he was talented, his father was like Joe Jackson type and felt like he was an ATM machine. That's kind of sad. That made me feel. So it's rehearsal time. The cast is off to the theater. Diva D is like, you know, when they get to the theater, it's like, no, you know, it's just the cast there. And Diva D is like, well, does anybody know when JD is coming? Silence. Nobody says anything. And then she's like, so anybody want to rehearse? Silence. Nobody says anything. And then even when JD comes in and he talks to the cast, they give him the silent treatment too. So I'm kind of like, oh, are y'all doing this for TV? Who do that in the real world with your director or your producer? We don't do that. Okay, so wow. JD tells it was interesting watching JD try to direct Jermaine, because JD is like, you got to lead the women. Right now, the women are leading you. And, you know, I don't know if that's like has to do with age or his sexuality, because some gay men are very like, you know, masculine and aggressive. But I feel like certainly on the stage, the type of play that it is, you know, you're doing archetypal roles. So we need to see that you're the, you know, you're the man's man, that type, you know, you cheating on, you know, it's a certain, he's not giving it to us. They're working the scene first with Jermaine and Kristen, who's the understudy, and then with Jermaine and Diva D. And they go over the part with Diva D where it's supposed to be a kiss, and he just like starts freaking out. Like he's like, you know, like he's like very uncomfortable with the idea of kissing Deatra, and it shows. He can't even act like he's cool with it. So it's kind of weird. And it's uncomfortable to watch. And then in sneaks Genuine into the rehearsal. Tandy and you know, he's, hey, you know, everybody say hi to him or whatever. Then Tandy and Genuine are kind of gossiping. Like Tandy is like, oh, he don't want to kiss Diva D, or, you know, whatever. She telling him what's up. JD is looking, you know, he like, I'm looking at my leading man on stage. giggling and laughing because at some point they do the fake kiss, Diva D and Jermaine, and then he laying on the floor like hee, and it is very uncomfortable to watch. It's very weird. JD is giving Genuine his character Alex. That's what Tandy had suggested. Genuine is feeling good about the role, but he not living in that house. That's what he said. That's what he said, right? He not living in the house. So is that why they stopped production? Because he like, oh hell no, I'm not. I'm. It ain't no way y'all gonna have me living in this house with these people. I'm at this level, and this is at this level. I'm not desperate enough to do that. Okay, so back at the house, they're still giving Diva D the silent treatment. D asks Leah to talk to her. Like, can we talk? She takes her outside. Leah does this whole thing in her like interview where she's very dramatic and very charismatic. It's kind of like a part of her that we haven't seen. Every once in a while when we see him rehearsing, you can see that Leah has a little something, but in general she seemed a little blah to me, especially when she's compared to Deatra. Deatra just seemed like she just has so much personality and just she's so dramatic, and in that little scene with Leah we see a little piece of the drama, you know. Basically D is like, look, our dog, we're family. Now if these people want to ignore me, they can ignore me, but we have children in common, and I'm expecting you, we got to work this out. We got to work this out. And Leah is basically like, yeah, I agree. And, she say, I'm going to be an ally, not only for our kids, but for the show, which we all got to make this show work. Now you got to, whatever you got to do to make it work. So we're 3 weeks out from the show. Deatra and Leah, leading lady Leah and Diva D hug it out and they're laughing. And then in the other room, Jermaine and Tandy and Christy are looking sad as they know Leah and Deatra are back together. It's 25 days until opening, and Kristen and Dee are chatting about raccoon encounters. I guess that there's a raccoon that's hanging around the place, and so I guess Deatra screamed last night when the raccoon, I don't know what, but anyway, they talking about the raccoon. And Genuine and Leah are on, JD and the cast, we see them at the theater at rehearsal. Genuine and Leah are on stage, and Jermaine is sleeping. Like, he's the leading man, like he's the main character basically, and he's sleeping. He's not watching rehearsals. That's intense. And JD wakes him up, and then Jermaine is like, he feels like he's not getting attention from JD, and so he's gonna nap. And he says that Genuine and Leah share a convincing kiss on the stage, but basically Jermaine is like, I don't know what kind of study he didn't really, I'm not sure what's going on with Jermaine. It's not like really a good look. He looks very unprofessional and weird. Back at the house, Tandy is prepping for a date with Genuine. Genuine shows up to pick her up, and he believes that he's talking with Leah, and Leah's like, well, are you ready for this? What's going on? He like, yeah, I'm ready to give all my love to one woman. And you think Tandy is ready? And Leah's like, yeah, I think she ready. So y'all, you ready? He ready? She ready? We ready? Basically. So Tandy and Genuine, we see them on the date. They are complimenting each other. They are laughing. They're talking long-term plans. They're talking relationship. He says that he's happy that his ex is getting married because he felt bad because the relationship ended because of his cheatation or whatever he was doing that was, improper or incorrect. And so he thought if she was sad and depressed and lonely for the rest of her life, it would be his fault. So now she getting married. He like, yay, she gonna be happy. So that's good. And he tells her, they talk about kids. They talk about, we find out that he has 9 children by 5 different women, and that he says that, he probably is ready to have another child. They talk past relationships and children and their vision of future relationships, and they flirt. She says something about how she just enjoying how fine he is in that suit or whatever. And he like, well, you can show me tonight how fine you think I am. And she covers her face. I don't know if she was like embarrassed because he said that on TV. Like, she might not want everybody to know that she gonna sleep with him. I don't know. But, she don't seem that mad. So then we are at the house, and Kristen looks in the refrigerator and her food is missing. And it's like the fridge has been cleaned out. And so Kristen's like, did you clean out the fridge? You didn't clean out the fridge, Leah? Well, I didn't clean out the fridge. So if you didn't clean it out and I didn't clean it out, do you think Tandy cleaned it out? I don't think Tandy cleaned it out. Do you think Jermaine cleaned? And it's like, clearly we know who cleaned it out. They gonna go after Diva D. It's always some mess with them being mad at Diva D. I had $30 worth of food. I thought she said $30 worth of fruit, but $30 worth of food, and she's gonna pay me back. They eliminate everybody but D, and then she gonna pay me back. And I'm like, okay. And then we see Kristen and Diva D talking, and Kristen is like, well, did you clean out the fridge? And then we see footage of Diva D cleaning out the fridge. It's real cute. She all happy and singing, and she got a lot of personality. I like Diva D. We see her cleaning out the fridge, and then D is like, yeah, I cleaned out the fridge. Did you see the sign that Kristen had the refrigerator? Say something like throw out old food. So it seemed like Deatra was trying to be part of the crowd and clean out the refrigerator, and she just can't do nothing right with the people. And Kristen is like, I wrote the sign, I know what it means, and you got to pay me for my food. And D is like, I am not paying her for her food. She needs to be paying me for cleaning out the refrigerator. Okay, so then we see Jermaine. He leaves when the ladies, are like, okay, it's time to rehearse. Like, he'd been kind of sitting there, but then he leaves. And Deatra in the interview is like, well, he's the lead and we need to rehearse. And we can't rehearse because he don't know his lines and he don't want to rehearse. We gotta, and this, everybody is there. They can help you with your lines. It's like the perfect environment, but he is just not. He's not on board. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's freaking out. I don't know, but we need you to be working on your lines, bruh. We need you to be working on your characterization and and then I feel like JD's not getting with him about the characterization, but I'm like, if you don't even know your lines, how is somebody going to help you with the character? We got to be off script. Sir, we need to be off script. So I don't know if they setting up for Genuine to come in or for somebody else. Maybe they're going to have some famous leading man come in. I don't know who the famous leading man is on the chilling circuit, but he acting like Jermaine, or maybe he's just acting like he's incompetent. He acting incompetent, like he ain't never been in a play before. So Diva is on the phone with her baby girl Diamond, and she's updating her daughter, and she like, look, this is my last ditch effort. I'm gonna put some cheese and crackers out and some food. I'm gonna dress up and I'm gonna try to bond with these people again. I'm gonna try to get something going with them. And she has a spread with her hors d'oeuvres, and Leah comes in and they're laughing and having a good time. And then Leah goes up to invite Kristen and Tandy to come down. Tandy refuses. She said, I'm not gonna break bread with somebody that I don't like and I don't trust, and she don't like and she don't trust D. But Kristen does come down and for the snacks and the wine. And the ladies, the leading lady and Diva D, are really indulging in the wine. Eventually Jermaine comes, but he's not receptive to wine or to food or anything. D asks about Tandy, and they're like, oh, well, Tandy not feeling good or whatever. And D is basically like in her interview, if she don't want to come, let's keep it moving. She ain't really stressed about it. And then the raccoon even shows up at the party. It's like looking through the stained glass through the door. And I think Jermaine named the raccoon Rocky or so. No, James. He named him James. D is trying something are rehearsing. Oh, she trying to get them to rehearse, let's get this rehearsal going. And they drunk, Diva D and Leah are drunk and they having a great time. And Kristen and Jermaine are kind of like, oh, and Kristen gets in it a little bit. And then Deatra is trying to get Jermaine to run lines and he leave. I don't know what's going on. I know I keep saying it, but I know I would be stressed out if I was in a show with somebody who was the lead, who just really seemed like, because usually the person who's the lead is like, there's like a leadership, like they got to know their lines before almost everybody else, because they got the most lines to learn and you feel them working and you need that. And that's like the momentum for the show. And if he won't learn his lines, he can't carry the show. They can't carry the show. Oh, so it's just stressing me out. So then we see them at rehearsal, and they have the producer is letting us know, look, it's down to the wire. We're going to rehearse at the house. We're going to rehearse at the clubhouse. We got to rehearse. We see JD doing his part. He's liking what the ladies are doing, but he's very concerned about Jermaine. And then Tandy is like, in her little interview, she like, you in your way, you need to step up and be professional. And yes, he does. And then Jermaine is like basically like in his interview, like, I need a one-on-one. You know, he hasn't, the director has worked with me on characterization. He's spending all this time with Genuine or whatever. And I'm like, bruh, you need to ask. You need to talk to the director, let him know what's going on. The director is probably like, your ass don't know the lines, so why am I spending time with you? Spend time learning your lines. JD asked, how many times have you all rehearsed since, you know, I was here? And Jermaine is like, we haven't, but we see footage of DVD trying to rehearse, trying to rehearse, trying to rehearse, trying to rehearse. JD is like, Jermaine has mentioned to me that all the male role models in his life have let him down, and I don't want to do that, but he is letting himself down. And if he doesn't get the role down, I'm going to have to look into some other options. So we do get a sense of there's like an emotional component to it. And with actors and with life, it's always an emotional component to stuff. So I guess that's what's going on with him. But you know, he's like, you know, he got to get the role down, or I got to explore some other options. If you don't have the role down, I'll have to assume that you're not interested. He says that out loud. And I don't know if Jermaine is understanding that, you know, we're all looking at him like, you got to learn your lines, Jermaine. We need you. Kristen and Tandy and Leah are talking about Jermaine and him not knowing his lines. This is back at the house, and he's getting worse, like his negative energy. He's not learning his line. You know, if he don't get his stuff together, we all sink, because he's the leading man. And not only is he the leading man, it's not like it's a leading man and a leading woman. It's like a leading man and then two leading women. And so he's like, you know, he has to counterbalance everything. So he has to be strong enough to carry all of those women on his shoulders with his acting and talent and everything. So they're talking and everything, and then Tandy is like, shoot, a pro who has been in the business will come on in here and will nail it or do all of this. So I know some people I could call, and I know some people that I could call too. You know. And then Kristen calls Jermaine, speaking of calls, and he's in his room, and he's like, okay, I'll come over there. And he's like, oh, so they're doing an intervention, you know, but he's like, look, I feel like I'm losing energy and interest. And all I know is that my character is a cheater. You know, I don't know, you know, when the director decides to help me, then I'll learn the role. And it's like, boo, you got to learn the role. Jermaine is a mess. We see that the cast is feeling upset because Jermaine is not stepping up and is stressing us all out watching it. And if he won't learn, and it's personal. Like if the show is a mess because you won't learn your stuff, then that affects me. We're all in this together. So if you won't do your part, it's affecting everybody. We're upset. Not me personally, but I understand what they're saying. And that's what Tandy is saying. And then Leah is like, this boy is the anchor, and he is sinking the whole ship. And I don't know if it's because he feel like, you know, people in his life done let him down, so he gonna let the other people down. But we're all together in the theater. We need you. We need each other. That's it. That was this edition of Your Husband Is Dark Out. Yeah, that was this edition of Your Husband Is Cheating on Us. I thought it was a good one. I thought it was a good one. I like Diva D. Hey Sonia C. So that's it. I'll give it like a B plus, a A-. You can watch it on the replay. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and watch it on the replay. Catch it on the replay. All right, peace. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Be you, be fabulous, you. Thank you. Peace. Oh, look at Bella. I don't know where the old people is.